Good evening, dear friends. Welcome to Newspaper Analysis Townhall. Today is 1st of August and we will discuss these 5 important themes in today's analysis. So the first topic is related to India-US partnership. What is the context of this news? Yesterday, US has imposed 25% tariff on Indian export, putting India at a disadvantage. Now let us try to discuss this article by 𝐼𝐸𝐝 in the Hindu newspaper. It reads, structural cracks emerge in the India-United States strategic partnership. So what are these cracks? Why these cracks are there? And what is going to be the implication of these cracks? Why, despite being branded as a definitive partnership of 21st century, US-India relationship are facing tensions? Why, despite India being a good friend to United States, Trump is again and again issuing statements which are against the interest of India? Let us try to understand what are the structural cracks in the relationship. So before we move on, this is a data. In 2024, India and US trade has been $186 billion, which was in favor of India by $41 billion. The context, so these are the statements, some of the statements given by US President Donald Trump, where he's talking about Indian relationship with Russia, and he's declaring that both economies, India as well as Russia, are dead economies. And to rebut these claims, Commerce Minister 𝐼𝐸𝐝 𝐕𝐢𝐝 has defended and said that India is a bright spot, not a dead economy. Let us try to see the key issues. Now there are some structural fault lines. India is not a formally ally of United States, but its major partner, and United States expect loyalty from its allies, which is in divergence with India's policy of strategic autonomy. Various thinkers like 𝐼𝐸𝐿 Tallis have criticized India's strategic autonomy, and they have said that India should ally with United States in defense relationship. Now, India is not happy with the progress between United States and Pakistan relationship. Yesterday, there is a trade deal that has been finalized between United States and Pakistan. So this is a problem. Why do you think that US is going closer to Pakistan? Well, my bet is that US wants to take Pakistan out of China's orbit. So that is why it is going closer to Pakistan. Now, United States stand on Kashmir. So Donald Trump has repeatedly said that he mediated between India and Pakistan in concluding recent ceasefire after Operation Sindoor. India has denied these claims. However, not only Trump, but the US administration is repeating his claims. So that is an irritation for India. Now, if we see, after coming of Trump has won the election on America First campaign. So Trump is an American nationalist president. However, after coming of Prime Minister Modi, there is also rise of nationalism in Indian foreign policy. India's posture globally has become now more assertive. India with respect to countries like Pakistan is showing offensive defense, where we are now targeting various terror camps or sites within Pakistan in response to terrorist attack. Now, US is not comfortable with India's assertive posture. Why? Because when this conflict happens, there is a chance of nuclear war between India and Pakistan in South Asia, and US does not want that. 𝐼𝐸 Tallis has also written an article about Indian great power delusion. He says that India suffers from great power delusion. However, our own thinkers have refuted this claim and said that these are rational ambitions. Now let us see some more points. What are the geopolitical divergences? India is engaging with Russia and Ukraine. Now the major point for putting tariff is that India is buying its oil from Russia. And United States does not want that. Why India was buying? Because Russia is a reliable partner and India is getting cheap oil from Russia. But recently, that benefit that India was deriving is now not that great. It means the prices of oil has even gone up. So India is also considering diversifying its oil basket from Russia to various countries in Middle East. Now here India is engaging with both Russia and Ukraine. India is engaging with Quad under the leadership of United States and BRICS. So this BRICS organization, Trump say that BRICS is anti-American. That is also a point of irritation for America, that India is playing a major role in BRICS. And he views BRICS as an organization which is formed to oppose US interest, US hegemony of its dollar. Now here also India is engaging with both Israel and Iran. Now US is uncomfortable with this policy of multi-alignment of India. Now India is also not happy that relationship of US and China are also going towards normalization. They are looking for a trade deal. Now there are various trade and economic strain in the relationship. Obviously, US has now put 25% tariff on Indian exports, which put Indian export at disadvantage in comparison to other Southeast Asian economies. And India has manufacturing ambition, and recently Trump has threatened companies like Apple to shift manufacturing base from India and China to United States. So all of these are structural cracks in the relationship. This is an important article. You can use these points in your mains examination. Now let us move towards our next news. So Prime Minister Modi is going to inaugurate science conference to mark Dr. M.S. Swaminathan birth centenary. So why this article is important? Because M.S. Swaminathan coined a term that was biohappiness. He in fact wrote a book, In Search of Biohappiness, in 2011. So this topic is important. You can expect a question in mains from here. You can expect even an essay on biohappiness. So let us try to understand what is the meaning of biohappiness. So biohappiness is a harmonious balance between biodiversity conservation, sustainable agriculture, and community well-being. What is the meaning of it? Meaning is achieving human well-being through sustainable use of biodiversity. That is called biohappiness. Means biodiversity is not just for conservation. It can be used as a resource for development. Let us try to understand it. There is a traditional knowledge of agriculture with tribals, with farmers, with local communities. And this traditional use leads to biodiversity conservation because these are sustainable practices. They use local seeds. Now, this biodiversity conservation can lead to creation of more jobs. These crops that they grow are climate resistant. This process is more sustainable. It will give more income to farmers, and that is why this whole thing will lead to biohappiness. Means biodiversity is having direct impact on quality of human life. So that is the meaning. One of the example is millet revolution. Now, in the Koli Hills, M.S. Swaminathan introduced minor millets, which are local millets, to tribal farmers. Now, it led to food security, it led to sustainability. So, it created biohappiness. Then in Orissa, there are mangrove-based livelihood project, which leads to income to the farmers, biodiversity conservation, ecological conservation. So we can see that it is all leading to biohappiness. Now let us move to our third news. Station in Ladakh began research to simulate life on Mars. What is the name of that station? Name is Human Outer Planet Exploration, that is HOPE. This station is created in Ladakh region. It is a research station. Now, why this station is created in Ladakh? Because Ladakh high altitude and cold desert-like condition serve as analogical site mimicking the condition found on Moon and Mars. Means if they are making research station in Ladakh, so the weather condition, the geological condition is similar to Mars and Moon, at least for experimental purposes. Now what they will do, what the crew will do, crew will go extensive physiological and psychological studies to assess human adaptability and resilience in conditions simulating deep space environment. So basically, they will go inside the station and live for 10 days, and they will live as if they are living on Moon or Mars. And then we will study their psychological condition, their physiological condition, so that we can become ready for outer space missions. Okay, so this station is created by Protoplanet, which is a Bangalore-based company. So this is important for your prelims examination. Now let us move to our next news. Next news is a project defense update. The Indian Navy has received 𝐻IMGIRI. 𝐻IMGIRI is what? 𝐻IMGIRI is a frigate. What are frigate? Frigates are warships which are medium size. These are smaller, much smaller than aircraft carrier. So if this is an aircraft carrier, so many such ships move along, many such frigates move along with aircraft carriers. So this 𝐮𝐻𝐽 has been constructed under Project 71A. Project 71A has been making stealth guided missile frigates. What is stealth? Stealth means a technology through which you cannot be detected by enemy's radar or sonar. This is very important in modern warfare. So the first frigate was 𝐵𝐻𝐽𝐝 under Project 17A, second was 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐽, and now 𝐻𝐻𝐽. These are designed by Warship Design Bureau. It is an important milestone for Indian Navy in self-reliance for warship design and construction. So this is indigenous. Now the next and last news. Election Commission has finalized electoral collage list for Vice President election. So recently Jagdeep Dhankar, the Vice President, has resigned due to medical reasons. Now under Article 324, the Election Commission is mandated to conduct the election to the office of Vice President of India. Now under Article 66, what is the electoral collage? Elected members of Rajya Sabha, nominated members of Rajya Sabha, and elected members of Lok Sabha. So this is the electoral collage of Vice President elections. Tell me how it is different from collage for President election. Please write in comments. The value of vote for each member is 1 because all are the member of parliament. There is no member from state assemblies. Thank you. That is it. If you have any question, please write down in comments.